This film is terrific in that it goes to a new level of understanding how the brain works with a complex emotion, in this case, love.
Gary has assembled a team of real experts to talk about the topic, and they did it in a compassionate, compelling way that I think engages the audience and really provides some very useful insights.
Congratulations, Gary, on an outstanding film, Love. There was such an abundance of information that taught us to tap into our humanness, our compassion, and to manifest unconditional love. I think everyone should see this film.
I was very touched and moved by this film. Because I work with young people, I think the message of this film is very important.
It's just very beautiful. Thank you very much, Gary.
The film Love was, to me, a fantastic film.
Leave it to Gary Null to take a subject as familiar as love and to give me so many new perspectives that I really didn't consider before.
I wanted to thank Gary for the love that he demonstrates on a daily basis, a universal love to all.
Now I realize to have an authentic relationship, I have to really be myself.
The film was caring.
Inspirational. It renders me speechless. I have to take it home and process it. There's so much to be inspired by.
It's a work of great effort.
One word I felt was validated. These are concepts that I've tossed around myself, and hearing people that could actually communicate the points and make other people feel comfortable with the points was something that I was really happy with.
It's very informative, very informative, and it actually, pulls me out to look at some of, my approaches in regards to love, and I learn a lot from it.
I would like to think that this world would be a much different place if we could manifest unconditional love for ourselves and for other people. I'll be doing this lecture on the subject of love, what love is, what it's not. And let's face it, we all have dealt with love issues at different times in our life, even if we're not always aware of it.
Love is the highest, most powerful force in the universe, and that to shape one's life, one must believe in the power of love.
What is deep love? Deep love is not a feeling or a psychic state of mind. It is the flow of the energy of the universe itself.
We come to climb the ladder of ourselves, to become the best we can become. And one of the most challenging and the highest aspect of this climb is being loving, is learning how to love.
And love is actually being attracted by a stimulus. So love is anything that's in the environment that pulls your attention and attracts you to create harmony in your life.
Love never loses its passion. Love is always the flame that burns the hottest. And that's why people can be together 20, 30, 50 years, and as long as it's based upon love, then that love is inseparable. That is eternal.
Intimacy is vulnerability. When we have intimacy with another, we are our true selves, and yet we are very vulnerable. In fact, vulnerability is strength. And it is so essential when we open ourselves to another and commit to another, that we also have our own identity. We don't lose our own identity through this intimacy.
If someone wants me to be on time and bring flowers and express compassionate thoughts and loving gestures, there's nothing negative about that. It might be a bit vulnerable. I might actually get a risk of being harmed, but the benefits are so much greater. And so we're always encouraging people, wait a second, figure out what's the highest standard by which you can live up to in a relationship and hold yourself to that. Live up to that standard. You can't control the other person. You can control yourself. Hopefully the other person is the same way in this relationship.
One of the things that I love to share with my couples is that you will never win an argument with your spouse, because every time you win, you lose. It's like your right arm fighting your left arm. How do you win? It's all you. It's all part of your body. There is no winner. Think that you just pulled one over on your spouse, and guess what really happens? It costs you. It hurts her. And you know what happens when she feels wounded? She withdraws from you. How is that a victory?
One of the things that we've found in our work as far as the study of long-term relationships and successful marriages is that they don't cheat on their spouses. They really stay committed, they stay faithful because they care so much about each other.
I think of a relationship when two people get together, before they have a physical baby, if they decide to have a baby, they give birth to another entity called relationship. And like any baby, it needs attention, nourishment, nurturing. Unless it's nurtured and taken care of, the baby will die. The same with the relationship.
Now imagine this, 100 trillion cells in my body, more or less, working in perfect harmony every second of my life.
Suppose a person is jilted by a lover in his teenage years. This person thinks of love as something very dangerous because it brings so much pain. So in this way, he completely suppresses his heart chakra energies. So what happens? Heart chakra is connected to the immune system. So the immune system is blocked in its functioning.
The truth is that our brain cells do divide. They are replenished very slowly. And technology has had to develop to be able to show us that they actually do divide, that there are new ones that are formed. And compassion actually is one of the facilitators, if not the driver, that allows those brain cells to be replenished. I think that's really incredible news.
So if I'm in love, I release different chemistry from my brain than if I'm in fear. For example, in love, I release oxytocin, serotonin, and growth hormones. These chemicals in the blood cause the growth and enhancement of the health of cells, whether it's in a human body or whether it's in a plastic dish. In contrast, when I'm in fear, I release stress hormones such as cortisol or norepinephrine or histamine. Those chemicals actually change the fate of the cells and put the cells into a protection posture. So it comes down to very simply this. Our attitudes or our perceptions of the environment, whether it includes love or whether it includes fear, changes the chemistry of our blood.
To manifest unconditional love, you must make 2 steps. 2. First, you must be aware of stepping away from your conditioned negative response. That's good. But you must also then be highly proactive to stepping into self-actualizing love.
Unconditional love is not the same as ego-based love. Ego-based relationships, ego-based life is disconnected, fragmented, polarized. And Martin Buber, for example, trying to get this vocabulary. So there's a difference between the I-it, where the other is an it, an object, an entity, and I-thou, where the other is a person, a mensch, a lover.
Everyone has compassion like to their own kin, to those they identify in their own circle of concern. And of course, people should have compassion for themselves. Well, actually, some people don't, but everyone tends to. But therefore, the question becomes, how do you enlarge that circle of compassion to adopt people who are not your kin to be in your circle of compassion? And this is something that requires cultivation, you could say.
We're approaching a time when there can be a dramatic shift in our consciousness, in our global consciousness, and our awareness that we are something much more than that empty little person that has to do all these external controlling things and acquiring external things in order to be happy and whole and complete. Once we get past that, then there truly could be peace on earth.